Alright, I get to play first. Devil Urus. Yeah, seems fine. Him seems just fine. Alright, probably just want to get a basic island, right? Oh, I didn't change the basics. The tell. That's the dead Ned Decker tell. Oopsie. I totally did not net deck. Not sure why you would say that. Ah, Ragavan. Shocker. Blue-red Ragavan. Alright, this is the deck I'm supposed to beat, right? I'm guessing with 2 Urs in hand, I should just hold on to my Chromatic Star. Rip. Shadowsphere. Oh, it's the Grixis deck. The Jerry T. Grixis deck. That's going to be an atrocious matchup for me. Opponent does have worse, yeah. Nothing good I can really get. Thanks for the Twitch Prime sub. Appreciate it. Damn. They can play it if they want to force me to sag the Chromatic Star. Might be worth it. Alright, I have that card in my deck. Card's pretty good. I hear this card is okay. They usually play Drawn into Luck in their deck. The Channeler's not a free yet, but shouldn't be a problem. This game feels very, very lost. You never know. Why didn't I get Triumph? Because I don't think I have red cards in my main deck, right? Why would I want to Triumph? I'd rather be able to draw it and cycle the Triumph. Usually when you have enough lands, you don't want to fetch your Triumphs if you don't need to, because you'd rather draw a Triumph than draw another land when you're already flooding. Triumph 101, fetching 101. Alright, I need to get an artifact, anything. Salvia Lantern might be decent. A Spell Bomb. Might be able to shrink the thingy, right? How many types is there? 4 types. I can remove Seal of Removal. Oh, I could get a hole. Someone mentioned it last one. I just didn't understand what they were saying. Someone was like, you just put monkey in a hole, and I was like, yes, that would be nice if I drew portable hole, but okay, you can get portable world was where you have invention. Small detail. I think they already had counterspell mana up last turn, but still. Shut up, chat. I'll kill you. I'll kill you all. At 6. Is playing Urza even better than doing anything else? I feel like Urza probably has the highest upside. I'm probably just dead to like equip plus call against command. That would be my guess. Set to venture 1. Hello, my goose. I got this. No. Alright, Welding Jar could be good. Teferi could be good. Reddit could be good. Def Call against command in their deck. I don't think I want Chalice. Explosive seems okay. Ending seems okay. Pithing Needle, probably not great. Shadow Spear, probably okay. What's better in this deck? Explosives, Verdict, Welding Jar, Teferi. Teferi's probably not that amazing. You don't have ways to abuse it. You don't even have a cheap artifact that cantrips. You know, like Counterspell? Counterspell against all their discard spells and keeping mana up. I don't think I love it. I was thinking maybe Welding Jar against K command. Could also just cut the Verdict, but it's decent against Loris. Just cut the Verdict. Do a Welding Jar. Not much you can really do against a deck like Grixis to get a big edge, really. That's a red 4. You have free wear tears in the sideboard. It's good against Hammer Time. Alright, and it's fine. Is there a reason to play Welding Jar turn 1? I don't think so. I'm guessing if they play this card spell on turn 1, they're gonna take Portable Hole anyways. Maybe Explosive's just not that great though. It's like so awkward as... I didn't play the Urza Saga deck. Am I supposed to play Urza Saga right away here? Probably right. Just start making tokens. Next turn, I have nothing else to do. Assessment essential for the game plan. Maybe there's just nothing better. A card like Talisman is rarely essential to game plan. Talismans and Signets are historically pretty good Magic cards for Constructed. Though we are talking about Modern, so who knows. Lotus Bloom was where? Does that even work? Is that what used to be in one of the old standard decks? I forget. Alright, is it one of the... Am I just gonna get a freebie with Urza Saga? Let's see. Let's see if I get a free win. The Fabled Urza Saga free win. Gets you hooked. We're reshape. Oh yeah, it was reshape. Reshape, I think, was the standard one, or was it Old Modern that had the reshape? A reshape deck it was the open the vaults deck. Oh, Second Sunrise maybe. 0. Okay. Pretty good. Snapcaster Mage. Looks like my Urza Saga is not going to be that impactful. Do I want to float mana? I'll make a token. Kind of force their hand. Not doing much with the mana, am I? It's actually not true. And I get an artifact too. What am I gonna get? Probably Soul God Lantern. So I can maybe wear for a bunch. Guess I'll just make a construct. Because I'm not even exactly sure what I want to wear for, right? Oh yeah, I could have gotten Needle and Dylan Sack. I didn't realize they had to. Right. Alright, I'm going to play an untapped land in case they have Colgan's Command for my Lantern. Let's have a 4/4 beating down. They have 6 cards in hand. Yikes. That's the yikes. Hey GTFO. Doesn't feel like I'm winning this game. Nothing big to tutor for. I'm guessing they boarded out Lightning Bolt. I'm just gonna sack my bubble. Acquisition of Kozilek, okay. I'm not the only one who's very deep in the tank, apparently. Portable Hole, Urza Saga. That's not a bad draw. Should just play the Portable Hole. They might shuffle. They might shuffle their Inquisition away. I wonder how often you miss having a expensive artifact in your deck so you can tutor for it. Warm Coal Engine. You gotta imagine they're sacking that fetch mana, right? Sell themselves some damage on the dual land. They also rather me not know what they're drawing, since for them it's a random card. Discard a card. Destroy an artifact. Could have worked for a 2 on my turn. Or just worked for a Portable Hole, really. Maybe that was the play. Voidwalker, sure. Might have Colgan's Command. Be shocked. They don't have a ton of free mana spells in their deck. If I tap out for weird, it can kill my lantern, kill my construct. I think I'd have to do it anyways. Gotta just chew for these commands. It's just a drawn in the lock. All right. Is there a saga number 2, the nail in the coffin? Come to them 6. Is Chandler played in Legacy? I believe so, yeah. I believe it's one of the best creatures in Legacy as well. I wonder if it's played in Type 1. It's a real question. The test. Opponent's been pretty deep in the tank. I feel like I haven't played super fast and I'm 3 minutes ahead. Got the tail end of Zan's stream this morning before he went to bed. He was playing a league with Esper Control. He actually went 4-1 in his league. It was a pretty stock Esper Control deck. He didn't seem convinced though. Alright. I guess I'll take it. So is there a plan here? Should I Spellbomb, Chromatic Star, Bubble. Shadow Spear? I feel like it matters a ton. I don't think Shadow Spear makes sense. I'm not sure Spellbomb makes a ton of sense either. Mage's Bubble. Value Artifact. Snapcaster? No. Scoop. So what did we see after sideboard? Nothing special. Needle for explosives. I don't think I'm going to do that. Fairy doesn't seem that great, especially on the draw. Snaring Bridge doesn't feel that great either. Maybe Counterspell's okay. Maybe Counterspell's just better than Teferi. Just cheaper. Ether Spellbomb seems kind of bad too. Can save my Urza, I guess. It's kind of a sitting duck for call against command and whatnot, just like most of my deck, I guess, but I was gonna go with the counter spells, but it's just kind of by default, so I don't think counter spells anything special in this matchup. Haste equipment, the boots of speed, D&D Limited in Modern, Lightning Greaves. Imagine being able to will cards into play whenever you need them. Alright, this hand looks solid. This is going to be our boy Ragsy. Cute little Ragsy. Kill DRC. Do you ever get basic planes here? Delays weird by turn. I do have Chromatic Star, saves me 2 life. Or do you lead with explosives? I guess you just lead with explosives. Double checking, I'm just not casting it for 0. Portable hull explosives, non-synergy. What can you do? Didn't I have 6? Guess not. Alright. If I sack, they'll have drawn in the lock cards in the yards. So that's not great. Am I supposed to sack just for a DRC? They did mulligan apparently. I'll say go, I guess, and just... Well, they don't have Ragavan, or do they? I guess I should sack now. And get a plains probably. Sack now before they have Kolaghan's command mana. Probably makes sense. Opponent. Oh, what you got? Alright, I forgot what I want to get now. Plains, yes. Totally mismatched. Prime med deck over here. Alright, they might get more triggers, but I'd rather do that, I think, and make sure I clear the board when I untap. Especially good if they hit maybe another 1-drop of iteration and they can't just get it for free. Mishra's Bubble entered the exile zone. It's a pretty good one to reveal if they topped. Okay. Everything's fine. Looks like they have a discard spell too. That's fine. The top card is something they like anyways already. I guess I could sack now in case somehow they have another bubble. Never mind. We know they don't want to scry. What are they gonna take? They're like, well, have a bunch of Kolaghan's command in hand, so I don't care about your hand. Dolores might win them the game. Another land. Yikes. Oof. What do you think, chat? We got this easy. Crux, that's totally not a problem. Totally not a 20-for-1 here. Good old free for one. Where's my card advantage? This could be a pretty good iteration deck. Most decks are good iteration decks. Wouldn't be like super good though. We got a bunch of awkward cards. Can I win this? I'll be right back, chat. Gonna put some water on the fire. Main phase Snapcaster Mage. It's bad sign. If this thing goes 2 mana, they probably have drawn into lock in hand. Drawn into lock C. Ooh, no drawn into lock. I thought it might just play Croxa. Unholy Heat. Man, Croxa's so good in these games. I think I just have to block. They're down to 1 card. I can draw a weird portable hole. If their last card, oh, I'd have Luris too. Oh my god. Have Luris with Snapcaster in the graveyards. Never mind. I need double tub deck. What are they drawing? They're drawing engineered explosives. We have a problem. I drew well. I don't think I drew well enough though. Yeah. Oh. Alright, then they can sack it in my draw step too. So brutal. Does my deck have a companion? No, of course not. I'm not allowed good cards. It'd be too easy if I had a companion. Like a challenge. Okay. So you're saying there's a chance to have mana for Luris plus Croxado. Okay, step 1. Got rid of Luris for now anyways. I need them to never draw a call against command. Oh, looks like they have call against command. Oh, I drew well too. I drew really well, but just didn't matter. This matchup's so rough. Alright, good games. So I won the game where I drew Urza Saga. Maybe matchup's not that awful. Didn't draw Urza Saga this game. Yorion. Sure. Hey Adam. Gala Shrine. They're drawing a fatal push. Okay. Is it just a Stoneforge deck? Vanishing Verse. Fatal push. Shadow's pretty good against my combo. His deck's good against Hammer. He lost twice to Hammer last weekend actually. And he beat the other stuff. That was a nice draw. Oh, the Heliod deck is good against Hammer. Is it? You have nothing for Infect, right? Another one. Okay. Talisman count, where it's worse than a basic land. At least we know their hand is Vanishing versus Fatal Push. Neither of these cards are very good against my combo. Still need to draw a land, right? Oh, I forgot to float. 2G. That's why I need coffee. That sucks. That's dumb. I'm new to this whole Urza Saga thing, chat. I just got Ensnaring Bridge, maybe? Yeah, that's all I have left. This list looks awesome. I like the enthusiasm, but no, don't know about that. It is better when you don't make Blade and awful misplays. Alright, down to 1 we go. So I need to draw. Portable hole works. Oh no, this thing is trample. I think I'm dead. This is my bird, and I made top 8 last week of a challenge. Alright, that was unfortunate. I forgot to float some mana. Now they're probably gonna have a bunch of graveyard hate too, or artifact hate. Alright, I'm gonna cut explosives, gonna cut chalice. Kinda wanna cut needle. I kinda wanna cut all the weird one-ofs. Play hull, kill the token, spellbomb Dothy, sack hull for token, sack lantern also. Oh, I could have gotten out of it. Yeah. P-G, I know. It's alright, I got coffee on the way. Salvage the league. I'm not having fun. Well, losing's not very fun. But I agree this deck is not sure. Virtuous Orpheus. Thanks for the sub. tried to find the yellowhat ads. It was, I believe, someone who lived in Japan who made us aware of the fact these ads existed. Target myself. I got another Urza on top. Pretty good card. I'm gonna pass though. You're not messing around. They're all in. I'm all in gas bag. I have infinite rights. Powerful combo. So, I'm sure most of you know, but when you have Urza, Foundry, Sword, it's infinite mana, infinite life, infinite 1/1 flying tokens, and then infinite Urza activations. Hence, my opponent scooping them up. But yeah, I do want Needle if they're an Ether Vial deck. And cut counter spells actually. You just tear, destroy target artifacts, is that good enough? Maybe explosives okay. It's my favorite modern deck to play right now. I mean, I've played a lot of Living End. That's what I've done the best with, and I enjoyed that deck. It can be tough to navigate through the hate though. But yeah, I would have to say Living End. Omnav deck, yeah. Never got around to trying this 4-color Omnav good stuff. See if it was powerful enough. Maybe I'll try that tonight. It took Spellbomb. Okay. Not sure what that means. That's just sack, right? So I can bubble myself if it's good. It's an Urza Saga. That is good. So if it's good, I play my planes. If it had been bad, I could have fetched or Hallowed Fountain. How's the deck doing? I lost round 1 to Grixis, just tough matchup. I won a game where I drew 2 Urza Saga, and I lost the 2 other games to Culligan's Command and whatnot. And then we just beat white-black. It's a lot of expensive cards, but if you're gonna have a mono blue mana base, Charm's usually been a good. Are we at? Yeah, free Lurus. Oh no, it was Yuri on last round. Never mind. My bad. I can probably bubble myself. We're against a Lurus deck, and there's a Weir of Invention on top. I think Weir of Invention's probably a good draw, right? Is there no room for Archmage Charm? I'm sure there is. I think you can maybe trim some of the artifacts. Not a ton of room doing this list. That list doesn't even play Emery. Alright, black red. Getting trim, I guess, not bad for explosives. Explosives for Lurus. Could come up. That was a good draw. Standard 2022 ladder is overrun with mono white weenies, maybe the best deck by far. Mono white's always been really strong in best of one, right? I'm not a best of one player, but these aggro decks, linear decks, pretty good when people get sideboard removal and whatnot. Urza decks always feel clunky to me, not sure if they want to be combo or mid-range. Yeah. I honestly agree. Always feels like a lot has to go right for you to win. That deck's pretty powerful though. Whereas, you know, insert Modern Horizon 1 meme. And that Grixis deck again. Just Grixis every other round. They need 2 mana. Geta looks for an artifact to be nice. Do you have enough artifacts? 4, 8, 12, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 25, yeah. We only have so many slots for non-artifact cards. Maybe Whirza's just bad. Just too slow. I could see building the deck just kind of value deck. You can still play the combo. Cut the Whirza, whatever. Oh, your deck really sucks against Kolaghan's Command. It's kind of sad. Altiville, thank you for the resub. Appreciate it. What should I do? I could get a portable hold, but I already have 2 in hand. I could try and get Sag the Lantern. Doesn't feel great to get portable hold, but also doesn't feel great to not use your mana. And doesn't feel great to Sag the Soul God Lantern. So I'm kind of stuck here. You'd waste your mana to make your Whir into a real spell, yeah. I agree. Would a map be good? Looks like a map would have been good in these games, yeah. I wonder if that was an oversight. I like the idea of a map. I mean, I can just work for the combo, right? I don't think they should be able to interact. Should we get Foundry first or Sword first? Mana Lake. I have 4 copies of Foundry. Maybe I should just get the Sword first. Should I do it for 6? I have 4 cards in my graveyard. Can they put a card in my graveyard? I think so. Should I start stacking now? Hold up 1 in case they K command. I don't think it makes a difference, right? I didn't want to jam Portable Hole into Drawn in the Log, that's why I didn't play it. Doesn't make a difference against Kolaghan's Command, right? Because I have Sword of the Meek anyways, so I'm getting a token whether I sag the artifact that they kill in response, or if I sack the Sword of the Meek, it's the same thing. I'm not getting any value. As if anything, I should sack the sword so it's equipped. Well, no, I guess it always equips anyways. Should I sack my Soil Lantern? Resets their graveyards. Saves my token. I don't hate it. Think I hold it? Think I got baited? Might have forgot about that. I was gonna say Urza. I don't want to be too greedy, but can you inactivate it, right? Activated Urza, that's pretty sweet. NGL. Probably one of the most fun things you can do in Magic. Activate these kind of effects. Temporal. Anyone remember Temporal Aperture? I'm not sure I ever made the link between Temporal Aperture and Urza. And the fact that Aperture was printed in Urza Saga, right?
Hey Gabe, love you man. Hope you are having a great summer.
Hey Altruist, thanks. I am having a pretty good summer. Kind of business as usual, I guess. Nothing special so far, but yeah. I'm in pretty good spirit these days. Thanks for the resub. Hope you're having a good summer too. Alright, we got this game without an Urza Saga. We did Tub Deck. I did Tub Deck like a champ though. Alright, I said Explosive was maybe a little awkward in this matchup. 3, 2, 1. Hello, Get Smart! And welcome to another episode of Mid with My Other Game. I'm your host, Harry MTG, joined by my two regular co-hosts. Does it tilt you when he doesn't say I'm your host, Harry MTG? He just said, he kind of like, he doesn't quite always get it right. Alright, I only need Shadow Spear, Needles, okay, against Explosives, I guess. You basically don't want the gimmicky, the like card disadvantage. Don't want Chalice, I'll do Teferi, I probably want Verdict, and I want Ending. Hello, 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 hello. I wonder if Ensnaring Witch is even good, honestly. Feels like you're never gonna get them with Ensnaring Bridge. I'm just gonna board out Ensnaring Bridge. Screw that. And then Spell Bomb. What am I even bouncing in this matchup? Just saving my Urzas, I guess? I don't know. Alright. Every time Harry messes up, I'm tilted beyond belief. Yeah. Dude, I love it. It's my favorite part of the podcast. Harry's such a legend. Did he ever upload the episode, by the way? Or did he, like, just go to sleep and forgot to upload it? June 16th, pinged. There's nothing on our our thingy on our Twitter, on the Midweek Metagame Twitter account. Of course not, and it's tilting. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna blame him. I'm always late on all my deadlines. I mean, it is kind of the one thing I ask of him for this podcast is that he uploads it in a timely manner. So it is, not ideal, but also I try to not. I think that's one of the things that's like pretty tilting, and just in general in life or in social media and whatnot, when people hold others to expectations they are not themselves, like higher expectations than they have for themselves. They're just so, I would be so bad about it, I know. You 100% don't care, but you love giving Harry a hard time. Yeah, I think it can be not great though to do that. Because even though, he knows we're joking, I think it can get annoying sometimes when just people give you a hard time all the time. Even if it's a joke. I mean, sometimes it doesn't feel like a joke. Should have maybe played Urza Saga last turn. I have some good options here. I think I just like the fairy bounce. Where's our next cooking stream? Yeah. When's your next cooking stream, Lena? I don't know. Cooking stream is fine. I'd rather do just chatting about food than me actually cooking. I feel like that would be more fun for everyone, honestly. I would do some just chatting streams. It is my favorite part of the stream when we just talk about whatever, especially politics. That always goes well. The last just chatting stream gave us that day 9 clip, really? Was it a just chatting stream? What were we even chatting about? I don't remember. Oh my god. Not like this, chat. Pas comme ça. Pas comme ça. Alright, that was a pretty good draw, though. That was quite an excellent draw. Or am I just gonna get blown out again? You're just gonna go explosives for 0. I found out something today. Urza is a good card in mid-range matchup chats. Urza is a good card in grindy matchups. Believe it or not. A 2-for-1 that can snowball the game unchecked is good in grindy matchups. Who is the best cook in the house, me or my wife? Well, I cook the most, so it's not a fair... I mean, I'm probably the better cook. Yep, there's the explosives. Damn. Well, at least they sack it now before I start they have to sack it now before I start making tokens. So I don't know. I just follow recipes. I'm pretty good at following recipes. I don't know if I wouldn't. I mean, I could like maybe come up with stuff, but I'm not like I don't innovate or make recipes or just follow recipes. I was playing a Modern League, wasn't having any fun, and dropped and ended up just chatting. So kind of like today, I'm actually having fun. It's been a bit more fun. I think it was just the lack of caffeine. I only slept 5-ish hours. I don't know why. I've been going to... Anytime I go to bed late, I still like... I always wake up at like 9 or 10. Even when I go to bed at 4 or 5. So I need to go to bed earlier. Or I just keep drinking coffee. That probably works too. Okay, they let me have the bubble, which is reasonable. They do need to be worried about Urza Saga. Let's see. What am I drawing? I don't know if that made sense, actually. It's kind of whatever. All these channelers are just going to kill me. And have nothing good left to get with where. Well, I have... Can I get rid of Portable Hole? I could get a Soul God Lantern, I guess. I think I just say go here. Oh yeah, I can hold the hole. Good point. That gave me 2 artifacts. But I don't think that's great, right? Because I don't have the sword anyways. So that Foundry actually doesn't do much for me. I think Soul God Lantern might be the play. It's a pretty interesting draw. So I can Lantern for 1 with Counterspell backup. Could try making a token first. Even though they have token. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it doesn't work. They might be able to fill up their graveyard somehow. No. Seems unlikely. Oh, they can't even counter it right now. Not with Drown anyways. Wait, if I sack Lantern to be able to block, they might be able to just refill their graveyard instantly. So it's kind of risky. I guess, wait, can I... Oh, they have 5 card types? How do they have 5 card types? That's nuts. I think this is going to be okay for me. Could backfire. If they have removal, if they have 2 instant speed spells, that could go really poorly for me. Alright, instant's not a big deal. Because they're already getting an instant anyways. Alright. Oh no, sorcery. Okay, good. Okay, that's not too bad. Oh. Oh, that free instance. Okay. That was gonna be a tough spot regardless. Yeah, that was a pretty good hand by them. Go against command plus counterspell would have been decent as well. Alright, Chromatic Star. Looks like they drew a removal spell. Alright, so that play's probably not great by them. I think their place, they've got to have something, right? Why would you ever do that? You could have just attacked with the 2 Dragon Rage Shiners and it was the same result. Either another Ragavan. Is that better than putting Laris in your hand? Do I live? Do I live 1 more turn? Sag that, go, yeah. Do you have to sag the bubble to Foundry? Oh, we're still in it. If I ever draw Sword, I just win. This game's been pretty sweet. Alright, I think I have to keep Foundry. and hope they break and hope I draw sword. I think that's my out. Do have lures and explosives in the yard though. Okay. Okay. So they're saying there's a chance. Ah, never mind. I have to sack my foundry. Man, that portable hole of the Ragavan was just so brutal. I think it's non-token, right? Foundry. Or else you could just make a token, block with it, sack it, and you would have like an infinite blocker that gains you life every turn. That'd be probably all too good. Should add in the description in my banner, please please read a card before asking a question. Step 1, you know, if you see a weird play, step 1, read the card. Step 2, assume I just made a dumb mistake and not the other way around. Even though it would be totally unfair to assume the other way around. Alright, well, don't do it, opponent. Man, Ragavan's so good against your deck. You have Bubble, all the cheap artifacts. If they hit Portable Hole again, I'm just done. I'm just done with the stream. What the hell? Why would you play Tap Watery Grave when you have Ragavan? That is not a very good play. What if you hit a sweet free mana card? I don't know, just your own Foundry? That's actually not a big deal. They're not even casting it. They don't care. I might have cast it if I was them. Alright, let's see. Just play this. Could get Foundry now, but... Or I could get Sword now, I mean. And have a backup Foundry. I don't think I'm gonna rush. I could go for the throat. Just get the Sword, and if they kill Foundry, have another Foundry, start making a lot of tokens. Gonna play a bit slower. Red, red, blue. Untap, tap for black. No. Red, red, blue, red, red. Yes. Untap, tap for black. Alright. Figured. I don't love how they played that game. Seems like they're spewing a bit with their spells. I'm gonna block Ragzy. They might have another one. They might just play another one of the treasure and then I can verdict. Or not. Has Mystic Gate ever screwed me? I actually played 2.5 matches with this deck. And no, it has not screwed me over. Could verdict just for Chandler? I think that's fine. Chandler is just a ton of value. And I have double Urza Saga, so I'm going to start making a lot of tokens anyways. Mystic Gate's usually good in these decks. These like triple blue decks with one basic planes and whatnot. I'm a big Mr. Gate fan in the blue-white decks. I like how they banned Field of the Dead and then they just printed Urza Saga. It's like the same thing, except it comes online like 4 turns earlier. And it doesn't need to set up. It doesn't need you to like play really anything special. Just Field of the Dead on steroids. I guess it doesn't make zombies. If you're really into zombies, then you're out of luck. If you're like Helger and you just love zombones. I'm dodging a question. What's the question? Alright, opponent, you better start doing things, or you might just have... I don't think they can have enough removal. Doesn't that Grixis deck play Alpine Moon in the sideboard? I haven't seen an Alpine Moon in 4 sideboard games. What should I do? If I'm going to counter Lurrus, I should play my Talisman. I mean, they're going to play Lurrus 1000%, right? Might actually lose this game. I thought this game was like close to unlosable. Maybe I got greedy tapping. Yeah, I got a little greedy, not keeping counterspell mana for Kulligan's Command. I mean, discard artifact making me discard would have been also pretty good for them. Ooh, nice. I wasn't sure this was going to resolve. Alright, this is a little too tempting. Could play safe and get Portable Hold. I'll greed a little bit. I don't mind a second Soulgate Lantern in the deck. I'll get Chromatic Star maybe? It's better with Foundry, but I already have Sword if I resolve a Foundry. So maybe just Bubble was better. Dagami. Ooh, Harry is streaming too. Harry is streaming some Phoenix, some Devilish Phoenix. Okay. Oh, I should probably attack first. Whoops. Easy. Oh. I didn't equip. Oh no, I don't have the mana to equip anyways. Calculated. Hey Wanjao. Enjoying the non-arena streams? I think you would actually enjoy the arena streams because people are playing the new standard 2022. Sounds like people are having a good time. Just bolt my face. Yes, I do have Teferi in play. They're at 8. All right. You played a modern FNM last week? Who lent you cards? I can't imagine. Isn't there like a ton of new cards in modern and they're all really expensive? I wonder how much it's going to cost me if I ever go back to a modern tournament. I'm going to just have to play like 2017 blue-white control because just got priced out of modern. Sun Petal Grove or Scattered Grove. Who plays Scattered Grove in modern? What did they reveal? Wooded Foothills. That's very useful. Scattered Groves, mod check. I think the future actually, I should become a budget streamer. Just help all the people out on a budget out there. There's probably like room for that actually. Just all you do is play budget decks. You try to like figure out the best possible budget decks. Alright, they're probably playing some Omnath pile. I have a bubble on top. No, I have an Urza Saga on top. Should I play my sword now? Play Urza. Sure. Might be bad to expose the sword, but I have a second one in my deck and I have a Weir. Yeah, Omnath pile. I might play an Omnath pile tonight. That might be what's on the menu. Dryad. Is it just Titan? Titan was a white splash. Or is it the like Titan less Titan deck with Titania? Someone was talking about Titania in chat. What happened to my Urza Saga on top? Oh, it was their Urza Saga. Wait, didn't I target myself as bubble? Just losing my mind. Oh well. GG mind. I'm in pretty good spots. I just win if I untap. I can even protect my Urza with Spellbomb. I cannot protect my Sword of the Meek from another ending though. The new ad Nauseam Witch Tutor is good, but it fell off real fast. It's just really bad against Ragavan plus Counterspell. The new tutor did make the deck much better, but the new modern decks are also just much better than the old modern decks, so I think it wasn't just quite enough. Might just be underplayed too, underrepresented. Alright, white-green, Blast Zone on one. I don't think they can really have much. Guess we're about to find out. Do I live near a hospital? No, but I live by decently busy road and there's decent bit of old people where I live. I don't know, I'm just so used to it. I grew up in Paris. It's like, I don't know. I don't even really, I mean, I kind of notice it, but all right, so Werther is probably very good against them. Portable Hull's not that good, right? They don't even play Amulets in that version. Does anyone know if Portable Hull is good against them? I want to say no, but I could be wrong. Did I play Pokemon Go? No, I've never played Pokemon. I've never played any kind of Pokemon Go's in any way, shape, or form. Alright, Shadow Spear is probably not very useful. Soulgate Lantern is probably not very useful. Needle doesn't seem that great. Teferi seems fine. Counterspell seems fine. They have Reclaimer. Sand Elemental tokens. Oh, Reclaimer. Alright. I want my Reclaimer answers. Chalice doesn't seem great. Explosives doesn't seem great. I think Verdict can be okay. Even Spellbomb doesn't seem that great, right? 2 more cards. I don't know if I need Bridge in this matchup. Maybe I'll buy me a turn or two. I need to find my combo. Seems good. What games did I play in high school besides MTG? We used to play Belote. I don't know how you would call Belote en anglais. It's a game. It's like a card game, except it has a few extra cards, and you play it up to 4 players, and basically you have to, you play one card. Everyone plays a card every turn, and you try to get as many points as possible. It's a really fun game. Don't a portable hole Azuran Orb? I doubt it. But I'm also going to be pretty busy with my mana down the line. French Tarot, is that how you call it in English? Or Tarot? That's different. Oh yeah, no, there's Tarot. We played a lot of Tarot. That's the game I was describing. And then there's Belote, which is played with a regular card game. Right? Which is like French Tarot, but it's more fun and more strategic, I think. Alright, I'm just going to play my cards like a fish. Bridge? No, not bridge. Also played basketball. I don't know if that counts as a game, though. It's more like sports. What else did we play besides Magic? I mean, I played a lot of Magic. But in high school, we would just play on break at high school. We would play French Tarot and Belote. Actually, we played a ton. Oh, wow. Got baited. Jibaited. Just gonna keep playing my cards like a fish, I guess, at this point. Is it was open teams or are the teams hidden at the start? Belote is open teams. 2v2. French Tarot, I think it's not right. It's been a while. French Tarot is like, I think it's free players is 2v1, 4 players is 3v1, and then 5 players is 3v2. Belote is a ton of fun though. Well, they're both tons of fun, but Belote's probably a better game. Alright. I guess I'll just keep dumping my hand. That's a good draw. Oh, they have that on Foundry, eh? I think I probably need to get rid of Reclaimer for now. He does get rid of Reclaimer and try to win with Urza Saga. An online Belote stream? I'm sure people play online. I'm sure there's a website for it. Belote, je crois qu'on joue à la Belote coinchée. La coinche. Did I play any other games? I used to play on my computer. I don't know. I don't remember the chronological order, but SimCity, SimCity 2000, Football Manager. I played a lot of Football Manager. I spent many nights playing Football Manager. That game was amazing. I think some Age of Empires probably at some point. And then there was like a game called Theme Park. It's like SimCity, except it's an amusement park you have to take care of. I don't know what else. Age of Empire recently, no, I haven't played in, I don't know, 20 years. I've never played Channeler, actually. Shame on me. I guess I'll let them have their Reclaimer. Could have just worked for another portable hole. Pentagram. Yeah, I don't know if you're from France or not, but yeah, I think Pentagram was like... Sounds familiar anyways. I don't think I ever played a ton of Pentagram, but... Hold a needle, if anything. Should I float mana or make a token? I'm not gonna have mana to make 2 tokens. Am I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? So maybe might as well float. Let's see if they use their Reclaimer before I get a needle. A Roller Coaster Tycoon. I'm not sure I remember that. Age of Empires is pretty big, right? Oh, Riley's been doing commentary for Age of Empires tournament. No, isn't that what one of the things he's been up to? What's that, Riley?
This song will drive you mad, this song will drive you mad. Pay 5 for active treason, well that might sound pretty bad. This song will drive you mad, this song will drive you mad. But how about if I told you you can play it as a land? This song will drive you mad, this song will drive you mad.
No DMC on that song. I'm gonna get a DMCA from Riley, Monka W, banned from Twitch. It's the long con. He infiltrated my stream so he could take me down. The pestilential Frenchman. Alright, I guess I'll just get my own needle, right? Should I name map? Map seems a little slow to me. I actually need to think about it. Broken Finger. No, who subbed? Oh, Crazy Seaman. Thank you so much for the resub in the 6 months. Appreciate it. Alright. Do I want to name map or do I want to name a Reclaimer? I have 1 floating, 2, 3, 4, 5. So right now I can't Teferi and make a token. Unless I draw a land. I don't think I want to play Teferi this turn. Reclaimer is also not that good though, because they broke the Flagstone chain. They broke the Flagstone chain. It's not as scary necessarily. I'm gonna name the expedition map. Just name Reclaimer. I think I'm just gonna make a token. Remember when I used my portable hole on Zuranorb? What a stellar play. What an amazing play. Yeah, they got Valakut, they might have Dryad in hand, yeah. Great. Can you name Lantern? I don't care about Lantern, right? Lantern's not very good against Sword of the Meek. Is there enough? Is there a win con with Titania? Why, is there an infinite loop? Or is it just for value? I think it's just a value target, right? This song will drive you mad, this song will drive you mad. Pay 5 for act of trees, and well, that might sound pretty bad. This song will drive you mad, this song will drive you mad. But what if I told you that you could play it as a land? This song will drive you mad, this song will drive you mad. Cause when you play this card, you get that song stuff in your yacht. Song. I'm ahead on time? I'm always ahead on time. What are you talking about? What are you implying? Very aggressive. Could just bounce Needle, just to make a few tokens. What else can I do? Could just get Portable Hole. 4, 5. Teferi is free. This is free, so I'm 1 short. If I Teferi bounce Needle, I get to play. I get to make 2 tokens, kind of. Not really, because I have Lantern in play, so that play's not super great. Alright, I think I'm just going to play Teferi and bounce. I should have not played my land, and bounce a construct. Easy. Easy clap. I'm just going to take the Reclaimer. Or should I take the Needle? Is the Reclaimer scary, chat? Could be if they have another Dryad, right? Kinda liking the new Modern. It's good. I think I've been having fun for the most part. It's really powerful though. There's not a ton of messing around allowed. Oh, I still had Needle on the Reclaimer. Yeah, life of a streamer. You get distracted. Oh, I see my play was not very good.
He chose poorly.
Oh god, am I gonna lose? I think I'm still okay, right? Looks like they're probably still in a tough spot. Can you hit tokens with Portable Hole? Target non-land permanent with mana value 2 or less. Yes, you can. Did he get 2 tokens? Whenever land you can flush into... you can make 2 tokens that way. Interesting. Oh. Easy. Wait, do I not have red mana? Can I not generate red mana? Could get a Chromatic Star. Alright, how much mana do I have? 4, 5, so I can Weird for Portable Hole, and then I'll have 2 mana. Alright, let's start by attacking. I refuse to get Triumph. I don't think I fetched this game, right? No, I think I've been good about getting Triumph when I need it. Oh, I do have a Flooded Strand in my graveyard. But maybe I need it on tap land when I sack Flooded Strand. I'm assuming they're targeting their own land, right? Yeah. Okay. Hey, Mashmalovsky. We were talking about ad nauseum earlier, actually. Lonjad was saying he played an FNM, modern FNM, and he lost to ad nauseum. Oh, they have to double trump? Okay. Too many chalices, yeah. Isn't the deck just not great against Ragavan plus counter spells? It's probably not amazing against Ragavan plus discard spells. And I know it didn't feel super good against Living End if they have all the interactions. It just didn't gain enough compared to what the other decks are doing, even though the tutor is good. Are you just diehard? Alright. It does really good against Blitz. Is Blitz still in the meta though? I think you need the counter spells in most matchups. Oh, it was actually my last portable hole. Do you have something? Huh. Wait, can I dodge? Yeah, I can dodge. Okay. Yeah, they brought in too much graveyard hate. Graveyard hate's pretty bad against it's basically all you need is 1 mana to dodge all these cards, all these graveyard hate cards. Alright. Alright, we're doing okay. I'm first and I have double Urza Saga. I guess I should keep. And I guess I'll hold on to my Triumph. Lurrus. Only 3 Lurrus deck this league. Might be a bit greedy to not play Triumph. I have 3 lands, not counting the 2 Sagas. No, it's probably not that greedy. Alright, Hammer time. My hand's pretty bad against Hammer time. No interaction. Still think this deck needs map plus runes. Yeah, someone suggested map. Map sounds reasonable. But yeah, also not a ton of room for much. Wait, why did they just play the hammer? I think Canister plays Core Outfitter in his list, right? That might be what's going on. What decks beat Hammer Time? I think Living In is good against Hammer Time. I think Ragdos is good against Hammer Time. I'm assuming Grixis is good against Hammer Time. I'm not sure what else. Do I even want to play my Urza here? Doesn't do that much for me, right? Can make a token. If I make a token next turn, I can. It's whether I make a token next turn or this turn. Alright, I should probably just play my Urza, yeah. I'm dead if they have the 2/2. The Paladin. They drew the Paladin. Alright, I need... I'm not sure what I need. A lot of help. Chromatic Star is not it. I'm at 3. I can bounce whoever is equipped. Buys me a turn. Am I just supposed to play another Urza or just making a construct's just better, right? Wait, I'm dumb. I can do that. I say go. That's annoying. Now I have to chomp. Oh, I forget the ornithopter loses flying. Oh yeah, it's supposed to bounce Paladin in response actually. That's pretty bad. I need the perfects. That is not it. That is not it either. That is not it. And that is not it. Oh wait. I need to flip. See if we can hit another land. Ooh, Solga Lantern. What's bad in this matchup, chat? Besides Solgad Lantern, probably Shadow Sphere, Chalice of the Void. Explosives and Portable Hold just so awkward. Pithing Needle. So many mediocre cards. Needle Naming Hammer, yeah. Needle's probably just good enough to keep in. How good is Teferi? Got some stars. I don't have a ton of red mana. Teferi's not that great. It's pretty good against them putting a hammer on an ornithopter, right? Is Chalice not great? Is it? I have a lot of 1-mana spells. You have Stoneforge Mystic to get around it. Doesn't seem that amazing. Probably decent on the play. I don't know. Also, Teferi's nice, right? You portable hold the hammer, and then you... No. Alright, I mean, no explosives is insane, right? Guess I'm just gonna cheat. Cut the stars and the talismans. See if Chalice is... It's just so awkward, right? Explosives and Chalice was your portable holes. Should I play Chalice for 0? Let's see, let's bubble them, I guess. They have planes on top. Chalice for 1, yeah. It's like Chalice for 1 is getting them good. Could get Chalice for 0. Or I can just kill them next turn. I don't know if Chalice is good enough on the draw. It's not like any of these cards are very exciting anyways. What do you think, chat? Teferi, Counterspells, Talisman. This chat is going to be good enough on the draw. Not it really does anything? I don't think so, because you have interaction on turn 1, right? So you have 4 portable holes, so that buys you a turn or 2. You have Wear Tear, and then the games get a little grindy. I was gonna do counter spells on the draw, I guess. TOI, thanks for the 20 months with the Prime Gaming. Appreciate it, of course. Great way to support the stream. Amazon Prime Gaming subs. You get one free sub a month. Don't let it go to waste. And shout out to my sponsors too, Channel Fireball and Ultimate Guard. It's another way you can support me. Yeah. Like, Chalice was really good, but A, I was on the play, and B, it feels like if they just had a Stoneforge on turn 2. I don't know. Portable hole. Turn 1 Nexus. Midnight, and they mulliganed. I'm just gonna play the bridge, see what happens. Sequencing? I'll take it. What did they hit? Springleaf Drum? Could explode this for 0. Doesn't sound like the worst play. Could play a portable hole and their 1/1. Could just play a tap land and say go. It's not like they're doing a ton. Could just run explosives for 1 out there too. But then have the non-bonus portable hole. So next turn they can go land, drum, and then they have 2 more mana. No, 3 mana. Could play explosives on 2. Just have it out there. That doesn't sound like the absolute worst. Just decent use of my mana. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. Yeah, I think I like E for 2. It's good with my Weir in hand. This way I have instant speed. I have instant speed Weir of Invention. Okay. So I can wear for 0. Oh, I have that does stuff, right? Forgot. I almost forgot that was a play. Boarding got Chromatic Star. When you bring in Wear Tear is pretty sus. Someone was asking if Verdict was too slow in this matchup. I mean, it's turn 4 Sweeper is too slow, but if you do stuff before that, it's nice. Probably gonna have to try really hard to lose this game now. Tom Harvey lost this matchup twice in the challenge. Didn't seem that bad this. They didn't have the greatest. I guess they had pretty bad hands every game, to be fair. You free game free in the Carters, yeah. Close-ish. We lost to we went 1-1 versus Grixis. Didn't feel great. We beat White-Green Tatiana, and then what was that? Did we play against Blue-Red once? No. I forget. Oh, White Blackstone Forge, yeah. That card doesn't do much because I have a bunch of counter spells in hand. Mishra's Bubble entered the Rebel. Drawing another bubble? Meh. Welding Jar. I think I made 0 changes to your deck list. Wasn't super thrilled after round 1, but things have been going a little better since. I think doing that now is fine. Maybe I'm supposed to wait for Urza Saga. No, I'm not too worried about much. I don't know. It seems like this matchup should be okay though. Four hole. Maybe you want 4 Wear Tear after sideboard. Is that scary at all on its own? No. Oh, I conceded. All right. Bridge never came close to mattering.